Okay, this is DragonofEternity and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. In the last video, I made my way down to the middle tier of Labrynthos. And in this video, we're going to be following a bunny boy. The full report, warts and all. LSA is not about to let Erenville out of her sight. Erenville was headed westward along the path outside the Archean. Come, we can still catch him. Okie dokie. So, down here. They've got giant hornets here. Why do they have giant hornets here? Why would you bring that here? Why? Let's see. Party check. Let me click the cryle. I can still hear it. Hear what? The keening? We've fallen too far behind and this damn mist won't help matters. It seems they stole, what the fuck? Why are you a frog? Seems the Stola wishes to have a word for us. Oh. I see what's going to happen here. The perfect disguise. Hold on a moment, I have an idea. If memory serves, that colossal wall-like structure is Logisticon Beta, one of Labrynthos' climate control centers. It should have its own lifts, with which one could access the upper or lower tiers. If I were an agent of the forum, it would make for a convenient meeting place. But even if we happen to find Erenville in the company of said agent, we cannot expect them to reveal issues of importance as we nonchalantly stroll past. Nay, we shall have to remain undetected. If only Grahan's vanish spell were here. Oh, but there are other ways of turning invisible. Are you going to turn Alpha Node into a hippity hop, my little toads? Yeah, they did. Goodness! Wait a minute. This is the theme in... This is the firm... This is the theme in Reaper Building. Unaccustomed to transfiguration? Worry not, it will wear off with the passage of time. I suggest you and your green companions hop along and catch up with Erenville. Should you feel the magic fading, return to me and I will refresh the enchantment. What am I to do in the meantime? Wait here with me. In your current state of mind, you'd be as likely to leap into the jaws of a predator as you would learn of anything of note. Which reminds me, where the creatures hereabouts, in that form you are essentially defenseless. You have changed into a toad! You must remain transfigured in order to progress with the quest objectives. You will return to your transfigured status if you move too far away. Look to your map for the transfiguration area of effect. Speak with Hydaelin to restore or prolong the transfiguration. I got half an hour of this. Alright. And I have to be in this area. Ribbit, ribbit. Why is this... Why is this a thing? Why? Well, transfigured speak with Alpha now. Oh, come on! Really? You could have... Really? Ay, 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 ay. Alright, Alpha now, where are you? LSA. Ribbit, ribbit. I would have enjoyed being a toad for a little while, if only for the change of pace. But Ishtola is right. I am too preoccupied with other matters. And you will tell me about those matters later on. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit! Alpha Toad and Ali Toad are now accompanying you. Keep them at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave your quest companions behind by entering different area, too much distance, or speaking with them. Okie dokie. Oh no, am I yawning? Well, I have been going for about 6 hours. Right, so Alfie Toad and Ali Toad are here. Oh my god. Three frogs and a hedgehog. This would make a great joke. If I could make one. Can I make it 4 toads? Hang on, do I have a frog in here? Or toad? A baby one. Alright. Frog. Well, fine, I'll just stick with that then. Discuss your surrounding, Ribbit. Avatar attempts to fails to shake his head, but you nonetheless understand that he is telling you this is the wrong way. Turns to face the north, perhaps she is suggesting you cross the bridge. Alright. You know, I could have sworn I had a... Maybe it's under Pirogo. Pear. Mobile, fledgling... No. Otter would be funny. No. Well, I tried. Why would Free be on the path, I was going to say?
I trust you will find your compensation to be more than satisfactory. We wish to make clear that we are pleased with the efficiency and thoroughness of your work. So much so that we have come bearing new tasks in need of your competent hand.
Another lengthy list. If I may speak frankly, the Gleaners have been pushed to the point of collapse by your unending demands. We are not familiars to be exploited. We are Charlian scholars, and we deserve an explanation for this unseemly treatment. What warrants such urgency?
In an age long past, Charlian was charged with a momentous duty. And now that word of the final days hangs heavy in the air, the time has come for us to fulfill that charge. I can say no more, but I promise you this. All will be revealed in due course. And when it has, you will understand that your toil was in service to the greatest good.
Then I will do your bidding. For now. But unless you wish the Gleaners to rise up in protest, I advise you to offer tangible improvements for our working conditions. Your promised revelation does nothing to address present circumstances.
A fair point. Your concerns will be conveyed to the Forum.
I hope that was informative. You may consider my debt to you repaid in full. While I do have my reservations about the Forum, I want to believe that they have our best interests at heart. Which is why I'm reassured that you're busy sniffing out the truth of things. We can ill afford to place all our eggs in one basket, this master plan of theirs, without first understanding the risks involved.
Wait! How did you know it was us?
If you mean to impersonate a toad, try studying the real thing. And don't try to fool an expert.
Well then. That was a thing. Our toad performance needs work, apparently. I'll have to pay more attention the next time I see one. Yeah. I suppose we should have known a gleaner who specializes in animal procurement would not be so easily deceived. Yet he seemed disinclined to put his trust in us all the same. Or seemed inclined. I suppose we should have known a gleaner who specializes in animal procurement should not be so easily deceived. Yet he seemed inclined to put his trust in us all the same. Okay. More importantly, perhaps, we've discovered a new piece of the puzzle. This momentous duty the Forum agent mentioned. Hydaelin has been called to action, and Telofroy's declaration was the catalyst. Whatever charge it is they hope to fulfill, they deem it of sufficient import to disrupt all of Labrynthos, not to mention ignore Eorzea's request for aid. Alright. Ooh, this looks like a cutscene. I'll say, staring off in the direction Erenville departed, a thoughtful look on her face. What duty could warrant the direct involvement of the Forum and the commitment of all its resources? Judging by what we just heard, none of the gleaners were offered any kind of explanation. At this point, it seems abundantly clear that we'll learn nothing new by pressing them further. We should head back to Hydaelin and Kryl for the moment, see what they think of this. Alright. Am I going to get caught by them? Is that what the Forum picture was? Something sus. And why is there a thing there still? Unless that was the place I was at. Huh. Maybe. Something tells me I'll be going to Favnia next video. Hopefully. Well, that'd be nice. That'd be a bunch of progress made. What the hell are these things? Biopellet. An innovative form of living feed has slipped away into the wilds and, by the gods only know what process, managed to multiply a number. Reduce that number to 0. Yeah. Well, I'll get him. Alright, party check. Alice. It's funny how normal the forest seems now. As a toad, it was all so much more ominous and threatening. I'd imagine so. Where's Kryl? Where's Kryl indeed? Welcome back. I trust you found Erenville then. Interesting. I had a feeling you would learn something important, even if that something was simply a confirmation that no one knows much of anything. We should share this with Kryl and discuss how we'd like to proceed. Assuming we find her back at the farm, she was behaving oddly, so I bade her return and rest there. Perhaps not the best decision in hindsight. Would you mind checking near those flowers she was so entranced by? The rest of us can survey the more distant areas, just in case she decided to wander. Oh no. It's now daytime. And we've got the bloody sun from Cocoon in the sky. That's a Final Fantasy 13 reference. Alright, so the hill with the flowers. Hill with the flowers, hill with the flowers. Oh, that's up here, isn't it? I move so slow. So slowly. Yeah, that's something I can get. Alright, so where were those flowers? Wait, there's a quest here? Lost little troll. Oh, am I going to get one as a pet? Is that what's going to happen here? Alright, back to Kryl and the flowers. You alright, Kryl? What?
For you. The spell will keep it from wilting.
Thank you. Still worried about you, though.
She said you would need it for the journey ahead.
She?
Will you speak with her now? I cannot hope to match Minfilia's clarity, of course, but...
Well, that explains everything. Are you becoming the new voice of the mother? Oh no.
Thank you. Do not worry. She has lent me her body for only a moment. Just as I could not save the first from the flood of light, it has become arduous for me to interact with the physical world without assistance. Though I might converse with you for a time, the incorporeal form I assumed on the ship would be incapable of casting even the simplest enchantment. It is in the depths of the ethereal sea, the place to which all life returns, where my influence is greatest. After Minfilia's sacrifice on the first, it was to the sea, here in the source, where I ferried her soul. I wished that gentle spirit to find rest in the world she loved so well. Her, and another who may yet have a part to play, though that will depend on you. Take the flower, walk free, for you are free, to go where you wish, to believe what you will. That bloom will be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. In darkness, seek joy. Surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free, and bear the light for others to follow. Together, raise it aloft and let it shine, till the end, blinding and radiant.
That was all too brief. Already she seems so far away. My apologies if I startled you. Ever since we began our descent into Labrynthos, I had sensed another's will, straining to reach out. Even with my particular talents, though, I was unable to make a connection at first. So weak and tenuous it was. Once I took hold of that wispy thread, imagine my surprise to discover it was Hydaelin herself. Needless to say, it seemed wise to learn what we could before letting go. Her answers were more cryptic than I would have liked, but at least she left us with a guide of sorts, that unusual flower. Yes, we are definitely making progress.
You can't be serious! We've done nothing wrong!
Master Fortuno, what business has the Forum with us?
Obstruction and suppression, apparently.
Mistress Baldessian, our records show you facilitated the Scions' entrance into Sharlayan by claiming them as assistants for your organization. We are aware of your investigations. After alerting the major institutions to the presence of potential troublemakers, we received word from an Archean custodian. A group operating under the auspices of the students, skulking about Labrynthos and engaging in clandestine behavior.
Clandestine? We may not have entered Sharlayan as Scions, but we did naught to conceal our identities. Our only purpose in this city is to seek the truth. I can think of no reason why our actions should warrant the Forum's intervention.
'Tis not our way to discourage the pursuit of knowledge. But the timing of such pursuits must be considered, not to mention their potential impact. With the world in chaos, we, the true caretakers of wisdom, have committed ourselves to an undertaking that demands the utmost discretion. And we will not risk its success by turning a blind eye to disruptive foreign elements in our midst.
What, then, is to be our fate? Will you put us on a ship back to Eorzea?
The Forum will convene to examine your case. The results of said inquiry will determine your future in this city. As for your absent companion, he has already been detained.
Grah! But why? Is reading a crime now, too?
Reading is encouraged, celebrated even. Not, however, of the volumes shelved in the restricted section of the library.
Refusing to comply will only make matters worse. Let us instead treat this as an opportunity to open a dialogue with the Forum.
Silence is often one's best defense. I would advise against prolonging the proceedings with frivolous discourse. But enough. This is not the place for debate. The rostra await.
Forgive me. I was careless.
We would have been detained regardless. This way, at least, we managed to stay together. I trust your time within the Forbidden Archives was well spent.
The forum will come to order. This inquiry is now in session. As Speaker-elect, I will be presiding over the day's proceedings. Master Fortuner, would you be so kind as to restate the matter which compelled you to summon your colleagues with such urgency?
As you are all aware, we recently denied Eorzea's request for Sharlayan assistance. Since then, certain individuals dissatisfied with our decision have taken it upon themselves to interfere with our work. They entered our nation masquerading as associates of the students of Baldesion. But these malcontents are better known as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. These militants wield influence with both the Eorzean and Eastern alliances, and are inextricably involved with the crises presently afflicting the world at large. Loose in our city, these warmongers sought to meddle with and expose matters of state secret. What are they, if not a dire threat to be expelled?
You have tarnished the good name of the students. Galuf would be ashamed.
Galuf Baldesion was never one to forsake his fellow man. Even if this nation closed every door and retreated from the world, he would have found a way to help the Scions, help every soul of this star fight back against the coming doom.
A terrible enemy stands poised to lay waste to all we hold dear. In the face of such madness, Eorzea reached out to Sharlayan, a respected ally, in the hopes of forming a united front. Was your curt dismissal truly the best you could offer? Or are you so preoccupied with your momentous duty of an age long past that even the end of the world is unworthy of your attention?
Whence came this revelation?
From the mouth of a forum member within fortuitous earshot.
Then it seems your findings support my own. The reason I visited the restricted shelves was to study records of the Forum's policy-making process, to better understand the historical trends underlying their most major decisions. At first glance, the positions of neutrality in war and the accumulation of knowledge above all else appear constant and consistent, the unchanging pillars of Sharlayan society. And once upon a time, I might have left it at that. These days, however, I am more attuned to the subtleties of governance, and so I noticed something odd. From a particular point in time, the purpose of these policies shifted. No longer was knowledge preserved for the benefit of society. Rather, society was to be gradually reshaped to ensure the preservation of knowledge. The most conspicuous and telling change was the one which befell Labrynthos. Once little more than an oversized storehouse, an enormous allocation of funds saw it transformed into an advanced research and archival facility. I also discovered a fascinating account on the finances of our Dravanian colony. The settlement attracted students from far and wide, and the connections and tuition fees thus acquired were funneled into further improvements for the archives. Now, there is no question that our nation's progress is tied to the acquisition of wisdom. Nevertheless, the vast resources diverted for this purpose borders on the obscene. But returning to the matter of when, our change in course appears to have been made some 270 years ago.
The very same period when Sharlayan scholars in the hinterlands began a formal study of the ethereal sea. You found something, did you not? And whatever it was, gave rise to your oh-so-important duty.
Mind your tongue, Archon. If you had seen...
Yes, we are bound by a duty we cannot ignore. Knowing this, what would you have us do? Abandon our vital work and join you on the field of battle? We will never choose the way of the sword. We will fulfill our mission not through strife and bloodshed, but survival. Come what may, we shall live on. We must.
Do as you must, then. But we Scions will fight until the heavens fall, until our last breath.
Such misguided zeal.
Father, Master Fortuno, I fail to understand the stance you have elected to take. But by the same token, I have yet to find a compelling argument to counter the challenge you put to us in Gridania. Still, in the midst of my uncertainty, I must trust in myself to do what is right, as others have chosen to trust in me. So I will continue, as I always have, weighing the consequences of my every action, and allowing my hope for the future to inform my decisions.
That's quite enough. Have you all forgotten the reason for this assembly?
Skolok Monteshane. He's the head of the studium and an old friend of my grandfather's.
Honestly, every discussion devolves into some interminable debate. Terrible habit. Let's return to the topic at hand, By their own admission, these Scions have resolved to fight alongside the Eorzean nations against the doom which swift approaches. But there exists no evidence of an attempt to incite our citizens to do the same. Furthermore, while our decision may well have been the correct one, we cannot simply bull our way through these disagreements without inviting doubts or objections. Put yourselves in their place. Who among you would leave a tome unopened if an elder forbid you read it with no reason given? Now, if we're to quell further discontent, then we must conclude this matter with a fair and even hand.
Order! We will have order! Master Monteshane raises some valid points. Keeping such concerns in mind, I propose we enforce the following measures. Until further notice, the students of Baldesion are to cease any and all activities within the domain of Sharlian. You will also refrain from any further investigation into the Forum's decisions and duties. Failure to comply with these restrictions will result in the immediate expulsion of your Scion associates. Let us put this judgment to a vote. All in favor, raise your hand. I count 51 for and 48 against. The proposal is passed. Students, Scions, you have heard the Forum's judgment. Pray abide by it, or face the consequences. Honored members, I thank you for your time. This inquiry is concluded.
Okay, that was a long cutscene. So, a couple of things I saw while watching that cutscene. Number one, this is the first time we've ever seen Krile without a hood on. Number two, the guy who was saying, "If you saw what we saw," got like force choked on his neck. There's something here. There is definitely something. Right, let's see. Graha. I apologize for the trouble I've caused you. I was pondering the significance of what I had just read as I left the restricted section and knocked over the security mammoth on my way out. Really? All this was caused by that? I promise to be more vigilant next time. Son of a... Okay, you've got your hood back on. You may encounter some raised eyebrows, but do continue to claim the students as your sponsor whenever the need arises. I believe in the guiding principles of the Scions, and I know my grandfather would have as well. My father may be right that I am still groping in the dark for answers, but I needed him to know that I would never stop searching. I owed that much to Orenvold, and myself. Thank the gods for Scholar Monty Shaikne. I absolutely loathe arguing circles. Adishtola. Well, at least we've been allowed to remain in the city. And our endless investigations have not been in vain. We now know that this mysterious duty of theirs began with whatever the Forum discovered in the Ethereal Sea. With our freedoms so sorely curtailed, however, we will struggle to learn aught more of substance here in Sharlian. Well, I'd say you go back to the Antitower and look into the Ethereal Sea. We still have to think very carefully about how we are to proceed from here. Estate visitor. Aze has a look of dissatisfaction. Al. Are we going to your home? Are we going to see your mother? The overall picture has grown clearer, yes, but in spite of the Forum being so maddeningly vague about this duty of theirs, why are they so reluctant to explain their actions in plain words? Speak plainly, Asian. Survival, come what may. Is father's work so vital that it takes precedence over his own family? Half I know, Alice, it is you. Please say it's her mother. When I heard you'd been dragged before the Forum, I came as swiftly as I could. I'm so very glad they allowed you to stay. Oh my god, there's the mother. Mother! You have the Alma. hair. A Meliant's Levier at your service. And you fine people must be the signs of the seventh dawn. How lovely it is to finally meet you. Okay, at least the mother's good. At least I won't be kicking her dick in. I can't say that. Mother, please, we don't wish to make things difficult for you. If word reaches father that you're here... Oh, bother that. Am I to be chastised for speaking of my own children? I am well aware that you and Master Fortunald are not on the best of terms at the moment, but I've been absolutely desperate to see my darlings again. You will come by the house, won't you? I have gifts waiting. The timing couldn't be better. As matters stands, we shan't be going anywhere until we discuss matters with Thancred's group and reconsider our options. Go visit your home. We will be back at the annex when you're ready to rejoin us. Is this when they get the costume change? I'm not sure. Mariashna, what do you think? Mariashna? The Mariashna Grandini? What a splendid day this has turned out to be. Champion of Eorzea, I insist that you join us. Oh no. Mommy, sorry. No. But we must be quick about it. Not for my own benefit, but should my husband return and find you enjoying hospitality, the servants will be made to suffer the consequences. Mariashna, if you could be so kind as to escort my children to the estate. And then she was gone. And with her, any opportunity to protest. Indeed, the matter is settled. Enjoy yourselves, you three. Quest accepted. Meet the twins' mom. I'm sure Alpha No thinks nothing of it. He invited classmates over all the time, but I wasn't the most... It was a different time for me, alright? Are we going to see some hidden stuff in her room? Let's find out. I apologise, my mother is not one to take no for an answer. Still, I am glad, relieved even to see her in such high spirits. What say you? Though it seems we shall have little time to enjoy it, will you accompany us on our visit home? Hell yeah! Fine, if we're going, let's get over with, but be sure to stay in the entrance hall, no peeking into our private chambers. I make no promises. Why ever not? Your room is always perfectly neat and tidy. Everyone has things they'd rather keep to themselves, don't they? Cherish mementos you couldn't bring yourselves to throw away, childhood toys. I mean, never mind. Livia stays that way, straight down the stairs, come on. Okie dokie. Let's go. It's a shame I can't use the mounts in here. Yeah, that would have been fun. What are you gonna say? When Arce and I were little, this bridge was as far as we were permitted to wander alone. I say alone, but my mother or servant was always somewhere nearby, keeping a watchful eye. And now look at us travelling to different continents, different worlds even. Yeah, you guys have grown up. As children, Alphino and I would often wait here for our father to come home from work. Aww. It must have been a day when his meetings ran long, because I remember growing restless and leaning out over the railing to watch the walls rush by. Father, of course, arrived at that exact moment, came pounding down to panic in a hurry, crying out my name. Oh, that's cute. Shame he's being a cunt right now. Yeah. What can you do? Let's see. Mummy, sorry. Mummy, sorry. And here you are at last. Please do come in. Yay. Is this going to be voiced? Does she have a voice? Wow, the bald guy with the sunglasses. Oh, they are voiced.
What? What are you gawping at? Oh, gods, please don't. It makes me feel like a spoiled princess.
Lord Fortuneau is not to hear of this visit. And I should also like the children to have their gifts, ere my husband makes his return.
As you wish, my lady.
Master Alphino, Mistress Alice, if you'd accompany me upstairs.
We shan't be long.
The twins have been sending letters home from time to time, recounting their latest adventures. I am sure they withhold certain details, of course, if only to keep me from worrying. Yet a mother worries all the same. In the early days especially, I tried to support them as best I could, sending the Scion's coin and other such donations. Fortunately, they have found the strength to overcome adversity time and time again. Their words grow more confident with every letter, their depictions more vivid. The triumphs and defeats, the joys and sorrows. It is clear that they have come to find value in every experience. But of those they treasure most, it would seem that meeting you might be the most impactful. Why, since that fateful day, I do believe there has not been a single missive in which you were not mentioned by name. It is plain they care for you, and I am glad they have such a steadfast companion watching over them. Under normal circumstances, I would offer you tea, but alas, these are anything but. In any event, why don't you keep me company whilst we await my children's return? Perhaps you might regale me with a tale or two of your exploits.
When you mentioned gifts, I wasn't sure what to expect. Mother,
Oh, look how well it fits you. And the style is to your liking?
It's perfect. Exactly what I would have chosen. But please, tell me you had something different made for Alphino.
Naturally. You are hardly little children anymore. And while I shall miss dressing you in those precious matching outfits, I must respect the individuals you have grown to become. See for yourself.
Thank you for the splendid clothes, Mother. Stylish, comfortable, and eminently practical.
I am so glad you like them. They are, however, missing one final touch.
If you'd allow me, Master Alphino.
Wait. Are these...
a sage's tools of the trade. They belonged to your father. Though he may as well be chained to his desk these days, as a student he was often called upon to venture into the field. He wielded those armaments, both to heal and to harm in no few battles. None so fierce as those you two have braved, perhaps, but battles nonetheless. Thus did I pull them out of storage, to show you that he was not always the man who stands in vehement opposition to you now. And also because it would be a terrible waste of ridiculously expensive House Leveilleur commissioned artistry. I am told these devices are quite difficult to master, but someone of your extensive experience should soon have them darting about with grace and aplomb. May the wisdom in that crystal serve you well. And please, try to find common ground with your father, that you might come and go without need for this awful subterfuge.
We will, Mother. I promise.
My final gifts to you, before you run off, are an observation and a suggestion. Firstly, Fortuno has ever been a serious man, but it was only after you were born that he truly lost himself in his work. I may not know the Forum's inner workings, but I know your father's. The timing of that change in him holds some significance. Secondly, do not seek to best your father with words. Far better that you simply show him. Let him discover the merit of your actions, after they cannot be undone.
Oh, Mother.
We shall take your wisdom to heart. Thank you again for these gifts, and farewell for now.
Safe travels, my children. Eat well, stay warm, and keep your friends close.
Aw, that was sweet. Did Alice say get a new weapon? Because I feel like Galfano got the better deal in that. Load, please, thank you. Lovely! So when's the quest turning? And that was that. Only the gods know when we'll be back again. Give it a few levels. Thank you for indulging Mother's request. I can see it meant a lot to her, and I shall refrain from inquiring as to the content of your private conversation. Our visit was all too brief for now. However, it will have to suffice, as will these tokens of home that we carry with us. These gifts to help us remember who we are and whence we came. But enough sentimentality, let us pray return to the annex and rejoin our companions. Is this a turn in? Can I end this before an hour? Yeah, I can. Lovely. Okie dokie. I don't suppose Mother's still in there, is it? Is she? Or their mother? Let me do a quick check. Nah, I don't see her. Well, that would be nice. Ah, well. I haven't really done much battling in this video. Yeah. I think there have been episodes where I just haven't battled. At all. I mean, that's kind of nice to do. Just enjoy a story. I was going to say, who are those carbuncles? And what happened to Alpha Notes? Right, I guess I'm waiting on a door to appear. Whenever it's ready. Come on. There it is. Well, that took a bit. Uh-huh. Okay, so that's you guys done. If I intend to master these sages' armaments, that will mean learning to imbue them with the same ether that I poured into moonstone and obsidian. I wasn't done yet, so it's difficult to grasp the essence of such an entity. For me, it will help to think of the Newlifts as allies in battle, simply a new form of the energy which went into manifesting my carbuncle companions. Alright. Don't think for a moment, lad, I'm jealous of Alphinaud's new weapons. They're far more suited to him than me. We left for Eorzea in matching outfits, but our styles, both fashion and fighting, have long since diverged. If anything, I'm proud of the differences between us. Aww. For us to feel responsible for the schism of House Levier would be pure hubris. After all, we are merely on the outskirts of what is essentially a family affair. And yet neither can we claim the indifference of strangers. To hear their mother welcome them so warmly was a joy and a relief. Aww. As curious as I am to learn the truth of this duty, I wonder what else the Forum is hiding. A calamitous secret whose origins lie within the ethereal sea. Duplicity aside, however, I do not believe Master Fortunault means us ill. Even with harsh words he had for his children stem not from anger, I think, but desperation. Right, I have a theory about what's in the ethereal sea. I have a theory that it caused the keening, and that people needed to summon Zodiark to stop it from doing the keening. And now they've probably discovered what is in the ethereal sea. Or Charlene did. That's my theory. Is this a world egg kind of situation? Is this Azeroth? Oh god, I hope not. Enjoyed your time with the Leviers, I hope. I would ask how the twins fared, but their new outfits tell the tale. I only hope we can help them to reconcile with the father, that they might return home one day with their heads held high. Yeah, I'm still going to kick his dick in now. In the meantime, we edge ever closer to the secret the Forum strives to hide, and the flower bequeathed to you by Hydaelin is sure to guide us going forward. I'm confident that once you've scouted out the situation in Favnia, we'll be well equipped to plot our next move. Baboom. So that is the Charlene side done. Whoa. So I guess it's time to go to Favnia with the boys. Favnia with the boys. Lovely. So yeah, I guess that's going to be next time. So, yeah, I think with that, I'm going to end this video here. This has been DragonofEternity going through more Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. In this video, I wrapped up the first half of Labrynthos, I guess. So we've had a meeting with the dad, we've met the mother, they've got new outfits, and now I gotta do the Favnia side of things, so I guess I'll be exploring the first half of Favnia. Yeah. Fun times ahead. So, yeah, with that planned out, viewers, with my rambling hopefully now finally done, until next time.